Not much is known about the upcoming MCU Secret Invasion Disney Plus series, other than the fact that it is, of course, based upon the popular Marvel Comics series by the same name, Secret Invasion, where we have some Skrulls who are infiltrating Earth. And given the circumstances of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where Captain Marvel kind of made it look like the Skrulls were good guys, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how things play out here. Maybe there's just a smaller faction that is evil, and now they're trying to secretly invade Earth, and that's what's going to be explored in the series. But like I said, not really much is known about the series. We know Samuel L. Jackson is returning as Nick Fury. We know Ben Mendelsohn is coming back as Talos, the Skrull leader, and we also know that we're getting some new cast additions like Amelia Clark. We're getting Kingsley Benadir. There's some other great cast members for this series. It's really shaping up to be a really interesting series that, again, we don't know much about, other than the fact that, we're dealing with a secret invasion. And they've been filming the series for a couple months now. We actually got our first look at the series on Disney Plus Day back in November. It was just a nice quick shot of Nick Fury and his big grand return. We've had a couple set photos here and there, but not really anything too big until now, because this brand new set photo actually confirms an appearance of an Avenger in the series. And that is good old Don Cheadle as James Rhodes, aka War Machine. Kinda. I mean, it's not like we actually see him on set, but we do see a picture of him on set. And so I'm thinking just the fact that they have a picture of him for this newspaper has to mean that he's going to be appearing in the series. But first of all, let's just take a look at what this all says. So, President Ritson in London for emergency talks. Ritson will arrive after the British Prime Minister brokered an emergency summit and unprecedented tensions. So first of all, right there confirms our new United States president for the MCU. I believe the last time we saw the president was back in 2013 in Iron Man 3 when he was like President Ellis or something like that. So now we have President Ritson, and this is pretty sus right here, not gonna lie, that there's just emergency talks. And again, the whole thing with Secret Invasion is that these Skrulls are secretly invading and they take over and shapeshift into high-ranking officials. That's how they gain so much power. So already, I'm not gonna be surprised if this President Ritson is a Skrull. Honestly, just this whole thing going on right here. Skrull confirmed, basically. But does this mean also that Rhodey is a Skrull as well? Because that's honestly been a big theory for the longest time now, since Secret Invasion was first announced, and honestly since the Skrulls first came to the MCU, and people were talking about like, ooh, who could have been a Skrull this whole time? Oh, it's got to be Rhodey. And I wouldn't be surprised. I honestly would not be surprised. But then that is also interesting to see how this connects with the Armor Wars series as well, because that, of course, is also starring Don Cheadle as War Machine or James Rhodes. So it'll be interesting to see if that show takes place before Secret Invasion or after. And so if Rhodey is a Skrull in Secret Invasion, is that going to be Skrull Rhodey in Armor Wars, or the actual Rhodey that we're actually possibly even just meeting for the first time in that series? That'd be honestly pretty interesting to see. So I think this does confirm that the character will be appearing in the series, which I think is great. There's been a lot of sources and reports saying that we will see many Marvel characters appearing in the series, which is great because that's kind of the whole point of Secret Invasion, what makes it so cool. And that was honestly one of my main concerns when they first announced this was going to be a Disney Plus series rather than a big scale Avengers movie or something like that, because I was like, all right, cool, series is honestly better to tell a deep interconnected storyline like this. But how are you going to get appearances from all these Avengers and have these big reveals? Well, apparently they're still doing that, and there's rumors of a whole bunch of other Marvel MCU characters appearing in here, like Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson, Captain America. I believe there's rumors of Charlie Cox, Daredevil, probably some other ones as well. So it makes sense. It makes sense in a lot of ways to still be able to tell that storyline just through a series format on Disney Plus. And again, because this is such a huge storyline, and because it was such a huge storyline in the comics as well, really the possibilities are open for really any MC character to appear in this series and to have been a Skrull this whole time. Now, I don't know how far they're going to go with that. We'll kind of have to wait and see. But that's something I'm really excited to see, and that's honestly going to be pretty fun. Just playing along with this game of trying to figure out who's a Skrull, who's not a Skrull, all that stuff. It's honestly really fun. And seeing this inclusion of War Machine, aka Rhodey, Don Cheadle in the Secret Invasion Disney Plus series is great, not only because he has been rumored for the longest time to be a Skrull, but because this is a character that we've had in the MCU since the first Iron Man movie, even though he was played by Terrence Howard back then. But this is a character that has been here since the beginning of the MCU, so to have this big reveal that, hey, that was never him, this was a Skrull the entire time, that would be absolutely insane. It also makes sense that they would want to replace him specifically because he is also a high-ranking official. We know as of this point in the MCU timeline in 2024, he is still a member of the Air Force, so it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense, and you know, maybe it was Rhodey at first, and they replaced him somewhere between Civil War and Infinity War, or something like that. Maybe possibly even between Endgame and when we see him appear in the series. You never know. We really do not know, but I'm really excited to see where this series goes because, again, not much is known, but just given the circumstances of this storyline from the comics, it's something I've always wanted to see adapted in live action, and now it's happening, and everything we've heard about it sounds amazing. So, guys, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. What do you think about this official set photo featuring Don Cheadle as James Rhodes, aka War Machine, in the upcoming Secret Invasion Disney Plus series? And what other MCU characters do you want to see appear in this series? And who do you think is a Skrull? So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the Marvel life.